Welcome back to Trash Plays Marvel Champions. Today we are playing Jubilee, aka Jubilee, versus the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And for whatever reason, I thought it would be a good idea to play this in Expert mode, even though Expert has not gone terribly well for me in general. And I also think that Jubilee is quite weak. So this is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to give this a shot anyways. I am playing in Leadership, trying to use the, what's it called, Sidekick archetype. So let's do this. We are going to roll a dice to see which one of these horsemen are going to be to roll the dice for which order we're going to do the horsemen in. So 1 to 4 and 5 and 6 I'm going to re-roll. 6 is a re-roll. 2. So 2 is going to be the first one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pestilence is going to be the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 is going to be War, and then Death is going to be the one after that. And now we are also going to need one of their side schemes, so let's roll the dice again to see which side scheme we're going to get. 1 to 4, 5 and 6 is a reroll. 6 and 1. So Famine is going to be the side scheme we're searching for and putting that out into play. And Famine's side scheme has when defeated, player who defeated the scheme discards the top 10 cards of their deck. It comes into play with an acceleration icon. So that's pretty bad. They're all pretty bad. There's no not being bad when it comes to the 4 Horsemen. First villain is going to be Famine, and let us shuffle up the player deck as well. And I think my plan is to essentially just stun whoever is currently active, and then just stun or confuse them based off what I can do, and then just flip forms based off of that. And hopefully that will be enough to keep me alive, because none of them have Stalwart or Steady, so that's the reason why I didn't choose to go with Apocalypse or something like that, because they just start with Steady. Let's go with our hand of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see what we want to mulligan. We have our suit up. Excellent. Oh, we have the power of leadership and a suit up, and we have X-Gene as well. Oh no. See, I really want to play the X-Gene. Like, I really want to play the X-Gene. But then that won't leave me enough resources to play Wolverine when I use the suit up. But I'm playing suit up for a reason, and it is to play Wolverine. So, alright, I'm gonna discard the sunglasses and grand finale, keeping the X-Gene just in case I want to try to draw more resources. If I can draw 2 more resources, I would be very happy. So, not 2 resources. Okay. Let's just, in that case, use the Inspired to play my X-Gene. I'm going to use the Power of Leadership to play the Suit Up. Jubilation Lee actually has an ability in Alter Ego. I can search my deck for Shopping Spree. I'm going to search my deck for the Shopping Spree and put that into play. And that is going to just stay there. I'm not going to do anything with it. I just don't want it in my deck. I don't want to draw Shopping Spree. And then I also get to search for Wolverine and an attachment that can be attached to Wolverine. But I'm not going to search for the Sidekick because I can't play the Sidekick. If I'm going to play Wolverine, I need to use either another card or Jubilee. So I'm going to search instead for an Inspired to put into my hand, and I'm just going to discard that Inspired. So yeah, now let's use 2 from the Plasmoid Energy, and then these 2 for Wolverine. Wolverine is a 1/3/4 with Piercing, and after I change to Alter Ego form, I can heal 3 from Wolverine. So I really want to change to Alter Ego form as many times as I can, so I want to be able to confuse enemies. And then let's flip over to Hero form and have Jubilee. Actually, you know what? Let's try to give Shopping Spree a chance. I'm going to, while in Alter Ego form, I'm going to exhaust Jubilee to remove 1 from Shopping Spree. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme by heroes or allies, but as an Alter Ego action, you can exhaust your identity to remove 1 threat from here. Any player may trigger this ability. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an item card and puts it into play. Jubilee has 2 very important item cards that you would like to get into play, and I just discarded one of them, the sunglasses. So maybe I will try to, next time I flip over to Alter Ego form, I will try to get that Shopping Spree done to get the sunglasses. So let's now flip over to Jubilee, and everything's exhausted. I could attack with Wolverine. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't attack with Wolverine, so let's have Wolverine attack for 3. He will take 2 consequential damage from this, but that will deal 3 damage to War, because I want War to be dealt with as soon as possible. I suppose Death needs to be dealt with as soon as possible too, otherwise he's going to defeat Wolverine just by his force response, but that's okay. So, drawing back up to 5. Nick Fury, hey, there we go. I have lifted the ban on using like the standard cards. Earlier when I was playing, I was just using like the X-Men cards and some stuff that came afterwards, but I have decided, no, we're going to be using Nick Fury and stuff, and Avengers Mansion. So the main scheme is going to get 2, and then Famine is going to attack. I need to... I would like to play Inspired on Wolverine. Although I would really like... Oh, wait, no, Blinding Flash. Choose X enemies where... Okay, so how am I going to play Blinding Flash? X Gene, Power of Leadership, and some other card. So then if I use these 2 for Firecracker, I can also get Firecracker done. So Jubilee, X Gene, and Power of Leadership for Blinding Flash, and then these 2 for Firecracker. So I'm not going to defend because I want to use Jubilee. So Famine is going to attack for 2. Plus a 3 boost, of course it's going to be a 3 boost, and I'm going to take 5 damage right off the bat. I only have 9 HP, so I am more than halfway defeated already. Then this is going to move over to Pestilence, and I have to discard the top 10 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Followed by the reveal of a face-down card. That card is Ahab, Toughness. Well... Wolverine has something to say about toughness. When revealed, if Release the Hounds is in play, place 3 threat on it. Otherwise, find Release the Hound side scheme and reveal it. That's not great. Because if I remember correctly, Release the Hounds gives all hounds... Yeah, they give all hounds Surge. Now I'm wishing that I didn't attack with Wolverine, because he only has 1 attack left in him. And I would have really liked to have him attack Ahab to get rid of the toughness and almost defeat Ahab. But... I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I did this. Because I don't have the Sidekick on him yet. So what am I going to do? Let's go do what I said I was going to do. Jubilee, X-Gene, and the Power of Leadership to pay for Blinding Flash. Choose X enemies, where X is the number of different resource types used to pay for this event. I'm going to choose 3 different resource types, because all of these are wild resources. And stun and confuse each of the chosen enemies. Let's stun and confuse Pestilence, War, and Death. Then let's use 2 Nick Fury and Inspired for Firecracker, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If I use 2 different resource types, which I am going to be using, I get to stun that enemy. So these guys are already stunned, so I think I'm... Oh, actually, so during the first part, I don't think it's too late to change my mind at this point. I'm going to stun Famine and stun and confuse Famine. I'm going to then do the 4 damage to War, and then this will stun War. And I think it's safe to flip over because Ahab does not have... that thing, so let's use Wolverine to thwart for 1 off of the main scheme. He is going to take 1 consequential damage from this, but then I'm going to flip over to Jubilee, and after I change to Alter Ego form, I can heal 3 damage from Wolverine, so that's going to completely heal Wolverine. And that's going to be the end of my turn. We draw back up to 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the main scheme is going to get 2. Why do I have a villain counter? I don't need a villain counter. Anyways, the main scheme got 2, and then we are going to scheme with Pestilence, but then that is just going to get rid of the Confused, and then we are going to reveal a Dark Designs. When reveal, place 1 PC counter on Pursuit of the Past, then if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. Of course, that's what I get. Okay, so he's scheming for 3. He's scheming for 3 plus 1, so that's going to be 4 more on the main scheme, putting it up to 8. And then this will move the counter over to War. I can't believe that just happened. And now it's my turn and I have to figure out what I want to do. I would really like to play Avengers Mansion. I have 2 side-by-sides, but no Sidekick, unfortunately. That would have been great. Okay, my bad. I also completely forgot that Ahab was here, so the main scheme should have gotten 2 more, bringing it up to 10, which means that it is very close to completing. I also need to thwart the main scheme at least once, otherwise the Time of Famine will bring it up to 12. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use 4 for Avengers Mansion and determine what I'm going to do after I draw the cards from Avengers Mansion. Avengers Mansion, draw a card, and we get a Flash of Light. Remove 3 threats from a scheme. If I paid for this using 2 different resource types, confuse an enemy. This is a identity-specific card. However, it is a hero action as well, so I can't actually use this and then flip over. So what I'm thinking in that case is I am going to exhaust Jubilee Yeah, I'm going to exhaust Jubilee to finish off the shopping spree. Shopping spree does go in my graveyard, not into the victory display, unfortunately, because I don't want it to stick around. But now I get to search for an item and put it into play. I'm going to search for Jubilee's coat or sunglasses. I think the coat is the more important one, considering how many side schemes there are. So I'm going to search for the coat and put it into play. Then I'm going to flip over to hero form, because war is stunned, so the war isn't going to activate against me, hopefully. And use 2 for triage. Triage enters play, and I can heal 2 damage from an X-Men character. So I'm going to heal 2 damage from Jubilee, bringing me back down to 3 damage. Triage is going to thwart 1 from the main scheme, so it's back down to 9. And as long as they don't scheme, I'll be fine-ish. So then Wolverine will also thwart 1. And I think that's going to be the end of my turn after building that up. So now that I'm relatively built up, things should go better. I have 2 more upgrades, and that's 1 more resource generator. Let's see what happens. So I have Beak, suit up. Okay, Beak is good, flash of light. Oh, I have my Sidekick. Wow, I drew my Sidekick. I can actually use Sidekick. Okay, cool. So, main scheme's going to get 2. It's going to be back up to 10. Followed by War attacking, but they are stunned, so the stun goes away. Ahab is also going to attack, and Triage is going to block this. Yeah, Triage is going to block this. They don't get a boost card for this, so Triage is defeated. And then we reveal a card. Card revealed is a Hound. Unfortunately, this does have Surge because of the release to Hounds. So we reveal a Golden Horse attached to the villain with the fused hit points without the aerial trait. The fewest hit points would be War. Attached villain gains the aerial trait and is considered to have at least 1 hit point. +1 scheme, +1 thwart. After you attack the attached villain, resolve its force response as if it just attacked you to discard this card. And now it is my turn. Hound is a 1/2 with guard, so I can't actually attack the villain until the Hound is defeated, unfortunately. Let us Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Maria Hill, excellent. I'm thinking I'm going to use Jubilee and my X Gene to pay for the Flash of Light, remove 3 threats from a scheme, because I used 2 different resources, I can confuse an enemy. So I am going to remove 3 from the main scheme, bringing it back down to 7, and then I'm going to confuse War. Wolverine is going to attack and defeat the Hound, and then I am going to flip over Jubilee, which will activate Wolverine's response. I get to heal 3 damage from Wolverine. Oh, when I use Jubilee's Flash of Light, I will use Jubilee's coat. I can remove 1 threat from a scheme for each different resource, so that's going to be 2 resources. Removing 2 from the main scheme again, sure. I'm thinking using 2 for Maria Hill, and then drawing a card and see where that goes. Although I'm probably going to play the Sidekick. So let's use 2 for Maria Hill. After Maria Hill enters play, each player draws a card, which will give me a face-down card, but I was going to get a face-down card anyways. And then that's a Flash of Light. Let's use Flash of Light to play Sidekick onto Wolverine. So now they have +2 hit points, and anytime I make a basic recovery, they get to heal 2 damage as well. Then I'm going to keep Beak in my hand to save that as a chump blocker. Maria Hill might as well thwart 2 from the main scheme, bringing it back down to 3. Then I'm going to end my turn. So, deck is empty, so they got the face down card already, and I draw back up to 6. It also just occurred to me that it's way better to just use dials. I can just use dials for these. So this guy should have 7 damage, no one else has any damage. And we draw back our hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, and I have the Inspired and a side-by-side team training as well. Okay. Things are looking up. So, main scheme is going to get 2. It's back up to 5. This guy tries to scheme, but he is confused, followed by Ahab scheming for 2, bringing it up to 7. And then we reveal a card. Yeah, we reveal a card. That card is going to be the Ravages of War. It gives me +1 card every turn, and this is also coming into play with 6. Not good. But that is the last card reveal. No, first card revealed should have been this one. Exhaustion, Surge. When revealed, exhaust your identity. So Jubilee is going to be exhausted. And that's Surge. Next card is going to be Arcade. Arcade cannot take damage while a trap side scheme is in play. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a trap side scheme is revealed, or is discarded, and then reveal it. Trap. Hall of Mirrors. Hinder 1 comes into play with 3. I really need to thwart. Jeez. The player who defeated this side scheme is confused. If they were already confused, place 2 threats on a main scheme. And that's going to be it for them doing stuff. So, now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. I need to thwart. Avengers Mansion, draw a card. We have a Plasmoid Energy. Excellent. I'd love to see that. Let's flip over to Hero Form so I can do my Hero Form stuff. Because I don't need anything in Alter Ego, and I don't need... I do have my side-by-side. Okay, let's use... First off, let's use Wolverine. Wait, Arcade cannot take damage while a trap is in play. Hall of Mirrors is a trap, so I can't actually damage him just yet. I don't have a thwart event either. I do have Firecracker, but that's not a thwart event. Maria Hill and Wolverine could thwart the Hall of Mirrors. I guess we could do that, but first I'm going to use Plasmoid Energy to pay for team training to give all my guys +1 HP. So then Maria Hill and Wolverine are both going to thwart the Hall of Mirrors, and this will defeat the Hall of Mirrors. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme is confused. So I am now confused. I'm going to use a Plasmoid Energy to pay for the side-by-side when revealed, or not when revealed, ready my Sidekick in order to ready my hero, and I get to either heal 1 damage from both characters, or both characters get +1 thwart and +1 attack till the end of the phase. I think... Actually, what I want to do is give Wolverine +1 attack and +1 thwart till the end of the phase. Because what I'm going to do now is use my Firecracker to pay for Inspired onto Wolverine. So now he gets +1 attack and +1 thwart. So he's a 2-4, but right now he's a 3-5. So Wolverine is going to attack Ahab, dealing 5 damage to Ahab, and he has piercing, so this will defeat Ahab. I'm tired of this guy being around. When this guy is defeated, I get to place 3 threat on Release the Hounds. That's okay, I haven't been thwarting it anyways. The Ravages of War is still out there, unfortunately, and I can't pay for anything else. I do have +1 thwart from Jubilee's coat, but I am confused, so let's just thwart to get rid of the confused, and that's going to be the end of my turn. So the main scheme's going to get 2, and then... War is not... I have not done anything to War. So War is going to activate. So War is going to activate, they're going to attack for 4, I am going to block with Maria Hill, and I'm going to have to discard an upgrade or support I control. So Maria Hill is blocking, War is attacking for 4 +1, that's going to defeat Maria Hill, and then I have to discard an upgrade or support I control, and this is going to move over to, who is this guy? Death. The upgrade or support I'm going to discard is going to be, I should draw my hand at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it has to be X-Gene. It has to be X-Gene. I really want to keep that team training around so that Wolverine has 1 more hit point to work with. So then Arcade is going to activate. They're going to attack for 2. I'm just going to take this 2, so I'm up to 5. Now we are dealt 2 face-down cards. The first card being Master Plan. Place 4 threats on each side scheme if there are no side schemes in play. Okay. So 4 on each side scheme brings this up to 12. That's okay. I'm not thwarting that Release the Hounds. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm just going to put this over here, and I'm just going to remember that Release the Hounds has 12 on it. But then that's 4 more on the Time of Famine, and 4 more on the Ravages of War, which, to be honest, I would really like to thwart that Ravages of War. That's like my main priority at the moment. So then the second card revealed is going to be Arcane's Funhouse. Hinder 1. So that comes into play with 3, and I'm out of tokens again. Nope, never mind, I'm not out of tokens. That's a Amplify icon, and when revealed, the player who defeated this side scheme is stunned. If they were already stunned, discard an ally or upgrade they control. Now it's my turn. This guy won't activate. Arcade will activate. Wolverine has 5 + 2, 7 hit points. Wolverine can still attack. However, Arcade can't take damage while the Funhouse is in play. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Card is going to be Suit Up. Don't need Suit Up. Let's use Plasmoid Energy to pay for Flash of Light. Remove 3 threats from a scheme and confuse an enemy. Put this back down to... Do I want to do the main scheme? I will be stunned, but I think I'm okay with being stunned. Yeah, I think I'm okay with being stunned. Alright, I'm going to remove that from Arcade's Funhouse, so that's going to defeat this, and I am going to be stunned. Jubilee is going to attack to get rid of the stun, so I'm now exhausted, and then I'm going to use a Firecracker. Yeah, I'm going to use a Firecracker using the... I'm going to use Jubilee's Coat I used 2 different resources, so that will remove 2 from the Horsemen. Firecracker, I don't have a resource generator, I'm now realizing, so I guess I'm going to use my Suit Up and my Flash of Light, leaving Beak in my hand one more turn. I really want to play Beak though. So I'm going to use Firecracker to deal 4 damage to an enemy. That's going to deal 4 damage to War, putting them up to 11. And now they are stunned. I think Wolverine now is going to attack Arcade to get rid of Arcade. So that's going to defeat Arcade. Beak is going to stay in my hand for 1 more turn, and that's going to be the end of my turn, drawing back up to 5. Main Scheme gets 2. This guy tries to attack, but they are stunned, and then we are dealt 2 cards. Those 2 cards are going to be Rough Riders. When revealed, the first ability on this guy. So this guy is deal 1 damage to each character you control. So I'm up to 6 damage. Wolverine is up to 6 damage, but Wolverine is still alive thanks to team training. Haha. Good thing I did not discard that. And then this will move over to Famine, and then Famine will do their thing as if they attacked. So that's going to be the top 10 cards of my deck into the graveyard. That was Rough Riders. Next card is going to be Elaborate Trap. When revealed, resolve the defeated ability on each trap. Otherwise, discard until a trap is revealed. Let's hope there's still a trap in here. There's a trap, okay. Welcome to Murder World. Didn't I already do Welcome to Murder World? I could have sworn I already did Welcome to Murder World. Huh, I guess I didn't. Okay. When defeated, the player who defeated the side scheme takes 2 damage. Comes into play with 3, and that's another card as well. Jeez, what is with this encounter set? This is terrible. Well, at least I'm not stunned or anything, so I'm going to exhaust my Avengers Mansion. Let's draw a card. We have another Suit Up. Don't need the Suit Ups. Let's use... I can't use my side-by-side because Wolverine would be defeated. I would have to flip over to heal Wolverine. And this is a hero action. Side-by-side is a hero action, so I can't then use side-by-side. This is very inconvenient. Well, I'm definitely going to flip over. I'm not going to use Suit Up or Side-by-Side, so I guess I might as well use them to do... I think I want to do Multi-Talented. So let's use Side-by-Side, Suit Up, and Jubilee to pay for Multi-Talented. Multi-Talented is going to do all of the things, deal 2 damage to an enemy. That's going to bring War up to the 12 damage, so they are now dead-ish. I think I will not discard an upgrade I control just yet. Remove 2 threats from a scheme. That's going to be Welcome to Murder World. No. No. That 2 is going to be from the main scheme. I can thwart that. I'm going to use Jubilee's Coat to remove 3 from the Welcome to Murder World, and this will deal me 2 damage. But then I'm going to heal 2 damage from Multi-Talented, so that does nothing, effectively. With that done, let's use Multi-Talented and Blinding Flash to play Beak. Beak, after I play Beak from my hand, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each X-Men ally I control. So that's going to be 2 threat. I'm going to remove 2 from the Ravages of War. Let's try to get this out. And Beak is going to thwart the Ravages of War. Then I'm going to flip over to Alter Ego, and that will heal 3 damage from Wolverine. Now that Wolverine has had 3 damage healed from him, I am going to have Wolverine attack Death for 3 damage. And then he's going to take 2 damage back, bringing him back up to 5 damage. And that's going to be the end of my turn. Oh, Jubilee, I can use my action to search for the shopping spree if it is in my deck. Is it in my deck? No, it's in my graveyard. Never mind. Jubilee has no alter ego abilities. Period. That's just how Jubilee works. So, we're drawing back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my deck is almost empty yet again. So I'm about to have a 3-card turn. Main scheme gets 2, back up to 9. And then Famine tries to scheme, but they are confused. No other minions out, so then we reveal 2 cards. Those 2 cards are going to be Horsemen of War. When revealed, heal 2 damage from War. Dang it, that is the one that is alive, or the one that is mostly damaged. Give him a tough status card. He activates against you. Oh no, he activates against you. Oh, he activates against you. He has 3 scheme. He's activating. With that scheme, meaning he's automatically going to complete it, the main scheme only goes up to 12. It's at 9 right now. Even with no boost counter, that is going to complete the main scheme, putting it up to 12 and I lose. Okay. What's the other card? Golden Horse would be put on any of the horses. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't think that... Okay, the idea of Sidekick Wolverine is like, it's a fun, novel idea, but I don't think it's very good. Just based on the fact that, like, things don't work out very nicely. You can't... Wolverine is so expensive, first of all. Even if you get your suit up in the first round, or the first hand of cards, yeah, let's say this is your hand, like, you can't actually play Wolverine and the thing, like I did in the opening. So if you use 2 for the suit up, you get Wolverine into your hand, plus Sidekick. So then in order to pay for Wolverine, you have to either use the 4 cards in your hand, which one of them would be Sidekick, or you have to flip over to Jubilee, and then you'd have to use Jubilee and then 3 other cards for the Wolverine. And now Sidekick is stuck in your hand, so then you have to play Sidekick next turn, or you'd have to find a 0-cost upgrade or something like that. Like, the Sidekick timing doesn't work out great with Jubilee, unless you draw a resource in your hand that can pay for Wolverine. Or the suit up, I suppose. If you get the power of leadership, that would pay for suit up and make things work out easier, but still. And then even after that, it's like, in order to use the side-by-side, you have to be in hero mode. In order to use the benefit of Sidekick, you have to go into alter ego mode and you have to recover. So then that messes with the timing of like how you're able to use side by side. So I don't think the timing on stuff with Sidekick Jubilee is just so wonky. I don't think it works. And I don't even think I lost thanks to the expert mode in the 4 Horsemen either. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I think I just lost because like the timing on everything is just so bad. I mean, also this is a harder encounter as far as I'm aware. Like, this is one of the ones that people are like, no, this is hard. But still. Yeah, it makes it kind of tricky trying to flip over to Jubilee when there are 4 villains and any of them can activate thanks to these cards. The Horsemen of War and stuff being like, no, this guy's gonna activate. So you have to either keep all of them confused in order to flip over, or you have to just not flip over safely. Like, there is no flipping over safely. I suppose that's why the stun and confuse, like, they don't have stalwart or steady, because any of them could just activate. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thought. I kind of like it, but also it's kind of brutal at the same time. I don't think that this game changed my thoughts about Jubilee at all. I still think she's pretty bad. I don't like her design. She's all over the place, and nothing about it works, in my opinion. But this is also my second time playing her, so what do I know? I'm also relatively new to the game. Next game will probably be Leadership Iceman, but Leadership Iceman is not going to be using Suit Up and the Sidekick stuff, because Iceman's allies, his signature allies, can't have attachments attached to him. I'm going to be going the Magneto route and using the Sacrifice stuff instead, which should be pretty interesting, because I think that, from what I understand, people like to just keep their ice clones around, but I'm kind of like, yo, just sacrifice them. Like, it might be okay to just sacrifice them if you're using Noble Sacrifice or whatever. So I'm going to try to give that a shot, and hopefully I will see you there. Goodbye.